Hello, it is me, Anime Weaver We and I'm here to bring you part 4 of What If Deku was Akaza's reincarnation. Whew. I'm still kind of sick. Way better than I was Monday though. For the ones that watching the uh What If Asta had water magic. I was sick, still kind of am. Uh, okay, still kind of am sick, but not as bad. But I will still warn you, I probably will still try to blow my nose throughout the video. So, yeah. Uh, Different recording place. Same place as last week, though. um, if you didn't know already, there's a possibility of me doing a Tanjiro what if. Okay? Okay, right? Also, background noise. Wind is a high possibility. Okay? Either way, I have a poll up on my channel, and once that poll gets a 10, 10 like yeses voted, I'll put up another poll, putting down 4 possible breathing styles, and you all pick out of those, and whichever one hits 5 first, will get chosen, and I'll start making a breathing style. It will most likely have 8 forms, depending on which one. Okay. Um, if it's a canon like breathing style, it will be some of the like actual breathing style, and then some of the ones I've created. Okay, and well, yeah, we will see once that thing comes up to 10. And then whichever one hits 5 first will get its own video made first. Okay? We will see though. Either way, without a further ado, let me get a drink of water, and I think you should too before we get into this. And I might try to blow my nose. So if you hear it out loud, like a horn, that's me. Sorry. Okay. We can see teachers and heroes alike in a room, in a meeting room. All the teachers of UA and a couple heroes. Sitting there talking. These heroes would be, I believe he's called the Lion Hero Shishizu. I think that's it. And then we have Gang Orca. And then the pro hero, well, the flame hero, Endeavor. Endeavor would be the only one there that would be looking in looking angry at this point after hearing why he was called in there. See, the reason why these heroes are in a meeting room in UA is about their semi-new student. Well, new semi-student, Izuku Midoriya. Why I say kinda is because even though he is a student of UA, he he's legit just there. He's there, but he's not doing anything, right? Because even though he can get stronger and he will get stronger, um he doesn't really show up to class. Now Aizawa does berate him about this and most usually force him to if he can find him. Now they know he's in the UA building, but they never know where. Like they go through the cameras, but in the recordings, they see him going one way and then see him go the complete opposite way that he was going. It's weird. Nezu then would say, "Oh, I completely forgot to mention Hawks was supposed to be here." Oh God. Hold on, Endeavor would say as he would pull out his phone out of his pocket. It would start ringing immediately after he picked it up. What? Hey! Um, hey Endeavor. I'm sorry, well, I couldn't make it. Mostly because Midoriya felt me first. See, I know Nezu and the other teachers asked me to come in about him. Uh, I can't because he's taking me into a sewer, taking me to his place. Um, yeah, we'll be right there after we do this. Okay? No, you're gonna come here right now. Yeah, sorry. Sorry, we're breaking. Click. Hawks hung up on him. Endeavor would explode in flames. That stupid bird! Anyways, why? So you called us about your new student, Midoriya, right? And from what I heard on the phone, he's with Hawks, who was also supposed to be here. Why are... Why am I here? Um, Orca would say. Yeah, me too. Yeah. Shinshido. Shinshido. I don't really know how to say his name, but he's the lion hero. Woohoo. Either way, Nezu would continue. Well, with the internships coming up, we were wondering if, well, one of you would take him in. Hawks was gonna be here. Um, for that same reason. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. But why not just let Hawks? Hawks is very untrustworthy. Yeah, man, he doesn't even care. As bad as I am to Mentis, he's probably the best one. Honestly, those two seem to be friends-ish. Um, sort of friends. I don't know. From what we've heard from Midoriya and him, they had a partnership or something about who knows what. I don't know. Uh, okay. Yeah, that makes total sense. Yeah, that makes so much sense. So much sense. It really doesn't. Why would Hawks and a villain have a partnership? You know the guy named Info that we thought was that other hero just sneaking into base, other villains taking him out or something? Well, giving us information who we thought was a villain, betraying on his friends, the other villains. All three heroes would nod. Well, that was Midoriya. All looking shocked that hasn't heard this before. Midnight would pop up. Yeah, that stud of a young man was doing real good from the beginning. Please don't start. I've always questioned why you got the spot as a teacher. Oh, trust me, we all are. Not surprised. I'm great with kids. You would do terrible things to any of those kids. Either way, we asked you three and Hawks because, well, Hawks was closest to him by a far margin that isn't, well, gone or has no right to him anymore since she signed over custody. Wait a second. What do you mean, signed over custody? Who is this? Well, from the documents we have and what we've heard from Doria, he said at a young age his mother signed over custody to a sensei, a dojo owner, who apparently was a ex-villain or was still a villain at that point. Um, yeah, long story short, that man uh, is no longer with us to even try to control Midoriya. So now, after, well, he passed when he was 16. So during those 2 years of until this point, Midori has been doing what he has been doing. I don't know. The kid's a monster, to be blatantly honest with everyone here. Hits hard, doesn't know when to give up, and from what the students say, his bones were cracking, and he kept on moving after that. Given he did save me, so I gotta help him out at some point. Gotta give him credit where's credit's due. Wait, he saved you? Yeah, the incident against whatever that thing was. Um, we worked together, and then a thing threw me, he caught me, and blah blah blah. Things happen. He brought me over to the students there, and then he continued fighting until All Might lariated him into the ground and got rid of the Nomu. All Might would clearly look um, disappointed. Like All Might then would say, um, "To be fair, I did not know he was a kid, or nor did I know he was helping Aizawa. If I knew that fact, then I wouldn't have attacked him." Um, then after a couple more minutes of talking from those individuals, the door would fly open as Hawks and the devil himself, Midoriya, would walk through the door. Midoriya in the same um, purplish pink Hiyori, well, sleeveless Hiyori, in his tattoos, yellow eyes, pink short fluffy hair, the same baggy pants as usual. They would walk in carrying multiple bags and boxes. Hawks would say, "Hey, how y'all been? Sorry for the wait. Had to get some info." Anyways, sorry for the wait. Like I said, what are we talking about? I know we were talking about him, but yeah. I knew we were talking about him. Anything else I wasn't really paying attention about. Once Endeavor called me. So, what you all need? They probably need something about something, to be blatantly honest with you. As he would set down a huge box, Aizawa would say, what's in the box? Info. Out of, this is only one hideout of mine. I am everywhere. Still need to grab those. Why did you bring it here? That's an Orca. Gang Orca. Yeah, I know who you are. Well, you didn't really give me a choice to where you bring it to. Well, Hawks didn't really give me a choice to set it anywhere else. So now it's here. Wait, you have more of this. So-called info. And hideouts? They're all in sewers. I mean, it's probably really easy to find me. You all just didn't check the right places. Yeah, this is all the stuff I have that I didn't have time to give. Uh, yeah, all recorded down in some way. Paper, written down on paper. Yeah, it's all in here. Aizawa would walk up and open a box, and you'd see computers, wires, like so much electronic stuff in the box that Midoriya's carrying. Yeah, check that box, or and probably a bag. So he would go to that next box, stacks of papers, and devices, they would be labeled like tape on the front of them saying what they were or what day. Like he would write the date of it all on there, and the small piece of paper on it would semi describe what's on it, right? On like the top ones, like all the devices, like the small compacted listening devices that he carried around. The papers are also labeled in like folders on villain locations, on where they met, and the possibilities of where they are. Okay, right? One box of the one where they went would be the bag would be full of, well, Midoriya's belongings, like the stuff that he's collected. What that was what Hawks was carrying. The other box that Hawks was also carrying was a small one. Well, not really small, about the size of a trash can box size. He would open that up to see more papers, a lot of papers, and like two listening devices, like recording devices, what I mean. Um, what is all this? Info. That's the name you all called me, right? Um, yeah, they're all labeled. The listening devices in this first and second box is dated on like full days. The bag that Hawks is carrying is my belongings. Well, the stuff I collected in the first hideout. That bag is all the info I have on the Yakuza. I have reasons, okay? You all, well, it doesn't matter. Personal revenge stuff in that one. Uh, all over Japan, I have sewers and caves that I've hid stuff in case I was ever found at one and had to escape to another. Long story short, I got a lot of stuff everywhere. But I do have tracking devices to where everything is. So, yeah. You have really prepared, um, young man. I'm an adult. I'm 18. Didn't we fight before? I forget. Oh god, the wind up there is crazy. Uh, yeah. Wait, there's more? There's also more at the first hideout, too. I stayed in there for months until I started to move around, so there's a lot more stuff everywhere. Um, Now, the real big issue is getting it all to here or other hero agencies and stuff like that. Either way, it's stuff, right? Wait, are these all? He would pick up like a device with the label of uh, a a random day. Like let's go with like probably a recent one. So I don't know what day it would be in this. Uh, it would probably be around like summertime, like early spring or into the summer. I'm gonna say like, or maybe it would be fall. It probably would be fall. No, it would be at the beginning of the school year, so around August, September-ish. I'm gonna say like, well, that would be around this time. It would be multiple months behind. So March the 8th of that very year. I don't know the timeline of My Hero. I don't remember what year it is. I know it's like a couple years away from us. Not a couple, but more than a couple. Multiple centuries or something. I don't remember. Uh, these are all on, well, around my area. A couple miles from, multiple miles from my area. Villains hide out everywhere, man. Um, yeah. I own a warehouse. I keep a lot of stuff there. Uh, but yeah, either way, all the stuff is there. So, and around Japan. Either way. Yeah, stuff is places. Yeah, we can tell. You did all of this by yourself? Yeah, I mean, mostly. Wow, you are, quite impressive. Anyways, what do you all want to talk about? It was about the internships. Oh, uh, yeah, you all get to choose, I don't care. As he would grab the bag from Hawks, say, can I stay here? Yes, we have areas for you to sleep in, Midoriya. We aren't gonna just have you go back to your hideout. Remember the whole entire. Yeah, yeah, I know. Either way, yeah, where can I sleep? Right here. As he would just lay down on the ground using the bag as a pillow and instantly knocking out. Yeah, he's really tired. Um, either way, I don't want him. What? Yeah, I don't want him. You all can have him. Uh, I mean, given I'll work with him if I'm forced to, but Mr. Small Rat Guy don't have rules over me. Either way, anyways, I'll pay you. Yeah, not enough. I got other things to do. He would fly out of the window. Okay, I can already see it. You all are gonna give him to me. Yes, because even though Shinsudo and Gang Orca is capable heroes on their own, we believe you have the firepower to subdue Midoriya if he decides to turn. And then a phone would ring. Endeavors. Endeavor would pick it up. Hello? We both know he wouldn't turn. We all know. Yeah, I didn't want to talk about it, honestly. That's why I left. So, yeah. I mean, I'll deal with him if I have to, but he kind of gets annoying. I kind of just want to chill, man. Dude, I kind of just want to chill. So, I'm gonna go. Beep. I hate him so much. Fine. I will deal with him. For the weak. But If this ever happens again, one of those two are getting him. Endeavor would leave as Midoriya would open one eye and raise up and look around. Everyone looking at him. Aizawa would say, I thought you were asleep. Yeah, no. I just scared of him? Not really. He's just kind of. Given I'm no one to talk about getting angry all the time. But, yeah, he's very angry. Hmm. Either way, yeah, you're probably going to let me live. I don't care. Just want a place to sleep, for real. Time skip! Have y'all seen the Mighty Nine trailer? Not trailer. Title sequence? Critical Role's new series, animated series, The Mighty Nine, and their new, final season of Vox Machina. I'm very excited if they do the Bell's Hells. When they do that, that's going to be very exciting. Because Bell's Hells is what I started on. Like, I jumped in at way too late. But Campaign 4 is the one that's recently happened. I've watched every episode so far. All four. I'm already caught up. I can't wait for this next week to happen. Also, this month is my birth month. On the 8th, a Saturday. I'm not going to be posting either way. Yeah, I'm very excited. I'm also working on a new Deku What If. I have a lot, honestly, but I'm pretty sure I'll do this one next because I'm kind of really excited about it. Like, honestly, I'm really excited about this one I'm working on. It's a very basic one, but I love it. Right? Yeah, very excited. A very basic one. Very basic quirk idea. Also, if you have any what if ideas, put them down below. Okay, put them down below. Greatly appreciated. And if you wouldn't mind, go vote on the poll. Okay, go vote on the poll, please, 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 please. Whew. Please do. I'd greatly appreciate it. I will be replacing Naofumi, the Naofumi what ifs, for 2 in a row, and then back to Naofumi, and then we'll see what goes there. Unless I remove Deku, but Deku is such a primitive part, and I'm so used to it, so I'm not gonna get rid of them. Or Asta. Asta what ifs are insane. I love them. I have so many ideas. Now, some of them aren't that good, but we'll see what happens. I don't think they would be that popular as the issue. But the one I'm gonna do next is gonna be kind of goated, dude. It's gonna be goated. Dude, I'm telling you right now, it's gonna be so goated. Ooh, how my arm. I know some of you are Pokemon fans. I kind of want to keep you updated on my shinies. I have found my first shiny in the game. It's a shiny Bergmite. Am I going to use it? Most likely not. I really want to find a shiny Skiddo, even though I'm not going to use it for my playthrough, my first playthrough. But my second one, I love Skiddo so much. Um, with the starters though, my favorite is Totodile. And the other two I'm not very strong fans of. But, but, I'm gonna pick Chikorita for my second one. If I decide to play it a third time, I'm gonna pick Inbor or Pig Knight, whatever the first one is, the first evolution. Inbor, Pig Knight. Those two are the second and third one. Oh God, Tepig. There he is. Yep, finally found him. Um, I'm very excited for Gen 10 though. Whenever they come out, I'm very excited. I really want to know what the gimmick. I know it's every few years we get a new Legends game. I really hope the next one is either in Hoenn or Kanto Johto. Kanto, or one of the first three gens. One, two, three is what I'm really hoping for the next Legends game, to be honest. That's what I'm hoping for. One of the first three gens would be very cool, in my opinion. Since we've had Kalos and Sinnoh so far, I'm hoping one of the first three. Or honestly, what would be cool if they did a Lola, but I don't get why they would. I don't get how they would. Um, Maybe they do like all the islands were put together, and then some great power, like some great Pokemon, like a legend, split them, like Groudon, like split them, or the Tapus came together and split them. I don't know. That would be a cool idea, though. Yeah, that would be a very cool idea. But I can't wait. I can't wait, dude. I truly can't wait. I'm a big Pokemon guy. Okay? Big Pokemon guy. Anyways, so after a time skip, we see Midoriya and Todoroki heading their way to Endeavor's agency. Spending time there, well, Todoroki would have already been known by the sidekicks. Some sidekicks would know of Midoriya, wondering why he's there. Endeavor would state why he's there, and everyone would grow on him. They would get to know him. Okay, right? Sorry, got distracted. After a few days, they would go on patrol, heading to Hosu. Yeah. I wish that thing would stop. There's a bee or something in here. It won't stop flying to the roof and hitting it, and then flying back down, going to a different spot and hitting it. The roof of the place I'm in. And it's very annoying. Sorry. Yeah. Heading to Hoshu in their hero costumes. Midori is wearing what he usually wears. Right. As they would continue to walk in there, they would see the destruction that's in there. The Nomus running about, heroes getting thrown around, heroes taking them down. Right. So they would start going. Midoriya heading out first as soon as they would get there, launching off into a massive puddle of them. Like he would jump over them, heading towards a downed hero, and Midori would fight them. He would use disorder, um, that compass needle. No, no, no. Air type. Punching the air in front of him, a uh, shockwave would fire off. Sorry, get distracted so easy. I have a mind thingy, an attention span of a squirrel. Anyways, after using air type, the front Nomu of the army that's walking through would be just destroyed, like a massive hole through the chest, and they would be just falling down. He would use these. He would use the air type multiple times until they would eventually get close enough to him that he could use something else. Because he's not dumb. Okay, there are multiple, a lot, 50 of them heading straight for him, like that, because he got in front of them on purpose, and him punching them with air shockwaves and them just getting destroyed and fodder. But eventually they would make it up to him. Clearly dwindled down in numbers, but they are still there. And after getting there quick enough, well, in front of him, he would be able to do stuff close enough. Disorder. A large barrage of large shock waves. Did I say a large barrage of large? A barrage of large shock waves. The rest of them would have been destroyed. He would have a massive grin on his face as he would look around, seeing how many there are. He would look in the air, seeing one or two flying. He would say, "Well, I found my new targets." As he would run straight in towards a building and start running up it. And then, boom, jumping off the corner of the building, grabbing one and throwing it at the other, making them both crash down to the ground as he would land on another building and jump off as he would make it there. Leg type, crown splitter. The one upper one is the one that he threw at the other one, would be hit, and Midoriya's leg would go straight through the head, hitting the one's chest area, collapsing it, and from the impact, from the shockwave made, just creating a massive hole in the Nomu's chest. Still the massive grin. Actually, I don't even know what the color their blood is. You think it's red? I don't think it's red. I think it's murky, either green or purple. I'm gonna say green. A green sludgy substance. Actually, I think it is red. Their material would be coated in, Midoriya's leg would be, that he hit them with, would be covered in gunk and stuff like that. Leg type, explosive fury. Flurry? That's what it says. He'd flying through the air, eventually making it in front of another large group. He would just start kicking them, making shockwaves off of each kick. The shockwave would destroy the one behind him, behind the one that he's kicking, as his foot would go straight through the one he's kicking. These are low ends, they're not like the first one. After you doing this, after fighting them for a while, covered in gunk and parts, no visible damage onto him except for a couple small cuts and scrapes from falling while getting hit and falling back. But besides that, he's visibly uninjured. He's not hurt by any means. He would look around, seeing Endeavor do his work. Not seeing Todoroki, Midoriya would compass needle. There. Running in a way, in the direction he thinks Todoroki is. Running that way, eventually finding ice on the ground and blood on it. He would see Tinya Ida on the ground outside Todoroki being pressed against a wall with a knife in his stomach, coughing up blood. Midoriya would get into action immediately, crouching down and launching himself at the person holding Todoroki against a wall. Annihilation type. Two circular shockwaves would be on his palms as he would bring them into the side of this person. Once this would hit, the man would be launched. Bones would be broken. A wall would collapse onto that said man as Midori would say, "Hey, hey, stay with me." He would put him over, well, holding him in like a bride style, like in his arms, but only with one arm, as he would lift up Tenya Ida on his shoulders, grabbing the other two heroes like under one arm, and well, one under one arm and one on his back, holding him with that same arm he's holding the other guy with, and running out of that alleyway, thinking, who the hell was that? Well, that answer would have come way quicker than he would thought. After making it to other heroes, setting down all of these injured, telling them call some type of medical people and make sure everyone's okay. Luckily, they would all be alive. Tenya would have a cut in his hand, uh, unable to move because of the man's quirk. Tenya able to talk still. The other two aren't unconscious. Todoroki is in the worst for wear, being having the knife blade in his gut, head cracked open from being slammed against the wall, and a couple ribs broken. But luckily, well, fortunately, uh, people there would know basic paramedic stuff. So they would start stitching the wound the best they could. Endeavor would still be fighting Nomus along with Gran Torino because Melissa would be there. She just didn't get the text. Well, didn't see it in time. As she would run over to them. What? They're gonna be fine. Just keep a watch on them. And move as he would jump in the way of two blades uh, being thrown out of the alleyway at her as he would push himself and, well, her in front of him and, well, him in front of her. In his back, these two blades would embed themselves in his back as he would turn around with a very serious expression on his face, but that still slight smirk as he would say, "Compass needle." Well, I should know you. And I know you. I definitely know you. Stain. Oh, you do know me. Good. I want to know something, though. Who are you? My name's Izuku Midoriya. Oh, that's where I know you from. Good. I gotta take you out. And those fake heroes. Yeah, that ain't gonna happen. Airtight. Dodge. He would continue to run forward at Midoriya. Midoriya would do the same. Stain would reel back with his blade and swing as Midoriya would just punch it, breaking it in two. The top bit of the blade would go flying backwards and just embed itself into a wall. Stain would say, "That was a dumb move." Disorder! Punching rapidly multiple times at his opponent. Stain would move with a flowing style, but he would still be getting hit multiple times. What happened now? You're not so cocky, are you? Leg type, crown splitter. The reverse rising axe kick would connect with Stain's shoulder, right shoulder, dislocating it and breaking it. Stain would yell in agony. Leg type, flying planet, 1,000 wheels. Kicking twice in a flowing motion, the second kick would send Stain into the air enough time for, I forget the name, isn't it? Flash Fire Fist, Jet Bird. Stain would be sent flying in his scorching manner, but landing on his feet. There you are. You know, Endeavor, I respect you, but you're not good to the fans. As he would throw the remaining of his sword at Stain, not at Stain, at Endeavor. Endeavor would go to burn it, but it would go straight past him, straight at Tinya. Midoriya would just jump in front of the way. Melissa would do that, but Midoriya would jump first. It would embed itself into his gut, and Midoriya then would just rip it out of his stomach. The two, he would reach behind, well, and attempt to just rip the two blades out of his back as he would crouch down, as Melissa would say, Midoriya. Yeah, don't mention it. Annihilation type. Launching himself forward, crouched down, keeping a low range to the ground as he would bring himself to his feet and bring both of his palms into Stain's chin. That's sending him in the air again as you would hear Flash Fire Fist, Jet Burn. The heat would rise, burning Stain into unconsciousness. Well, not really the burn or the hit would remain get him into unconsciousness, but the rough landing on the ground would. Yeah, don't go for a downed opponent. Melissa would run up and say, Midoriya, You're hurt? Yeah, no, duh. But as he would reach into the air and grab a Nomu Bite's leg, arm thing, before it could grab Melissa, and he would slam it on the ground and step on its neck as he would say, "Don't mess with my friends." Well, acquaintances should be the word. I don't know. Doosh, doosh. Creating a shockwave and stomping down on its neck, breaking it, leaving it perished. There. Now. Doof. The last thing he would hear is a yell saying Midoriya. Then once he would awaken in a hospital room, again, Midoriya would say, "Just my luck." As he would just sit up automatically. This being in midday, him being at UA again. Melissa would be in there saying, well, not Melissa. Aizawa, sure, let's do that. Hey. Why did I have to deal with you? Don't go being dumb. Just lay back down. Whatever. That's where I'm going to end it here for today, folks. Hope you all enjoyed. Hope you all return. Go vote, please. Well, not. I mean, if you want to do it in real life, go ahead. I'm not your boss. Vote on my poll, please. Once it reaches 10 yeses, I'll make another poll. If it made 10 yeses by the time this is uploaded, you can still go vote. I'm going to leave it up. Okay? I'm going to leave it up for a while. Okay, but if it's already on 10, I'm going to make it. Okay? And the first vote of that will be, well, the first vote to 5 will be the when I do. So, a post will be made of another poll soon, and well, then the decision will be made after the first one reaches 5. Anyways, hope you all enjoyed. I'll see you all next time. It's been me, Anime. I hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you enjoyed the rest of your day, night, afternoon, evening, whatever you're watching. So I don't know. Yeah, roll the dice. Hope you come back next time. Bye bye.